Well, they finally did it. What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to more gaming news out there. The biggest talking point this past week and has been ongoing because it's now led to other discussions around Battlefield 6 and, of course, Black Ops 7. And maybe a big thank you, Battlefield, coming out from a lot of Call of Duty community members because some big changes are now coming to Call of Duty, hopefully not just for the near future, but maybe for the prolonged future of the entire franchise. Do you think this will stick? Because it's now been confirmed there will be technically no SBMM going forward for Call of Duty and Black Ops 7. Something a lot of people had a hard time believing, but it's somehow finally here. As of course, the week prior, we had the Mosh Pit, which was the open matchmaking tester for Call of Duty, and it seemed to be very loved as, matchmaking was instant and received a ton of great feedback, and that feedback also from Call of Duty was near instant. As they said, we know the big question on everyone's mind coming for the beta is how all matchmaking will work in Black Ops 7. At launch, open matchmaking with minimal skill consideration will be the default for Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Simply put, imagine the matchmaking experience of that open mosh pit mode we just mentioned from the beta, but as the standard in Black Ops 7 on day one, which is crazy. It was like after all these years of arguing back and forth, the internet, the casuals, the hardcores. I mean, this was an SBMM debate that we had every single year for Call of Duty, stemming back at least 6, 7, 8 years. I remember when it was just so frequent, so ongoing, each and every year on repeat. Once the launch came around, we debated this and people took their stances. All it took was a couple of days of an open mosh pit for them to be like, you know what? It seems like you guys might have been right. Maybe you will like this, or maybe we need this to compete with the current day Battlefield 6 genre and Battlefield 6 audience who are going to be playing that game for a few weeks ahead of our own launch. Who knows? Maybe that's just, a little coincidence, but immediately so many people out there giving their responses and giving their praises, because it does suck that it took competition direct to Call of Duty, or somewhat direct to them, to push them to actually make this decision. But now going forward, hopefully this will be ammunition that we have for future Call of Duty titles saying, hey, you did this in Black Ops 7, it looked and worked really well. Why would we retract that and now go back? That is still certainly a possibility a lot of people see happening in the future. Like, hey, just because they gave it to you once doesn't mean they're going to continue to give it to you, especially when that competition starts to fade away a little bit, as the excitement of Battlefield 6 a year from now probably won't be what we saw from this past week at launch. I mean, record-breaking for them, not just on Steam, but in general, and that's great news for Battlefield fans, but it doesn't mean Call of Duty is going to stick with their word. It never does. So yes, a big old thank you does go out to Battlefield, but also just it's so shocking to see Call of Duty without SBMM, or limited SBMM, however you want to phrase it. I know there's a bunch of open matchmaking and other terms going around. I'm just going to call it no SBMM for a better clarity on it, and I'm excited. It seems like we're going to have some amazing titles to end this year, and some amazing titles in contention and competition with each other between Battlefield and Call of Duty for the first time in a long time. And it's also pressing them to make maybe some other changes that have been constant issues in the community, that being the leveling, the balancing between mouse and keyboard and controller players. This was also a hot topic sparked by someone like Shroud, who I think saw a bit of backlash earlier on, until someone like Nadeshot even picked up a mouse and keyboard and was like, yo, this seems to be very unfair. Like, you guys should maybe balance this out, to which we now have confirmation. They will be balancing and potentially nerfing aim assist for controller players with Call of Duty as well.
Yeah, I think this game is far gone on the mouse and keyboard. I'm gonna be honest. I think on mouse and keyboard it's over, I think. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are very frustrated to play against.
Yo,
I think they
I mean,
in their butt cheeks, so they're saying that they're being a little bit more reserved in their gameplay.
if you miss one bullet in this shit, you're fucked. Genuinely. Everything
No,
Shroud was
that's
saying
not
was
one
true.
And this has also received a variety of feedback. I don't know how you controller players feel about this. I think a lot of mouse and keyboard people are like, hey, it's about time when you play a lot of these fast-paced Call of Duties. I think it's been this way for a long time, but felt a bit heightened with Black Ops 7. And, you know, a lot of people were saying if you miss one bullet, you can't hang in a fight. You will die. If you miss a shot, which, you know, when it comes to all the movement now available to you and has been for a while in Call of Duty, you know, if you can't keep up with that tracking on a good old mouse pad, you will just die. And I think that's a fair take. I think there is a finer line of balancing between these two inputs that has not been reached with Call of Duty, but maybe has been a little better with some other titles out there. And there's no perfect answer. That is the thing. There is no perfect way to balance mouse and keyboard versus controller. Let me say that.
Understand that this aim assist change, it will affect pretty much everybody. The thing is, if you are good at the game in general, on controller of course, this aim assist nerf will actually help you overall, because the stronger that aim assist is, the harder it is whenever you go and challenge somebody to actually survive that gunfight. A weaker aim assist makes it so even the worst players won't be able to just beam you across the map, basically accidentally. So the game will feel a lot less laser beamy overall for everybody. So even if you're not that good at the game, you don't have to worry about every single time you decide to actually put yourself out there. There's no guarantee now, depending on, you know, how much they actually nerf this overall. Maybe it won't be that crazy, who knows? You're no longer going to get melted by each and every single person that you see. This nerf will make it so you can actually get away from gunfights more quickly, and you basically won't die nearly as fast. A lot of people were talking about the TTK overall on Black Ops 7 and stuff. I think that the TTK might feel a little bit better overall if everybody wasn't absolutely melting each other. So we'll see what they do with this overall. I know that aim assist is a really touchy subject. I know that it is, but I'm telling you right now, this is a good thing and healthy overall for Call of Duty in general.
But at the end of the day, I'm super excited about this because of Battlefield. Call of Duty is making some changes that I personally enjoy. I don't know about you guys, but not only a no SBMM coming as a constant for the new Call of Duty, but now a potential nerf to controller players' aim assist, which technically, like even someone like Jev said, could be good for good controller players. I'm curious what you guys think about all of these changes and the head-to-head between these two companies who are going to be making out like bandits this holiday season. But until next time, hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you back here sometime soon with more gaming news. Take care, y'all.